Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scar here from theScore eSports here with Huhi after a very close 2-1. I mean, I guess some of the games weren't that close, but it was a very close series. Um, what happened? How did you get to the point where you guys were getting slammed game one, and then the second game you just turn it around and it's like a 17K gold lead at 25 minutes?
Uh, I'll say the first game we had like some pick and ban issues. Like we had Vlad and Swain top, mid and top, which we thought it was really good in this meta. But the problem is we don't really have like a solid engage or like solid CC. So it's really hard to come back when they actually like camped Darshan pretty hard topside, and they also had mid pressure a lot with Azir versus Vlad. So for us, like we were just slowly getting behind, and then they were just getting control of the map, and then we had less jungle pressure as well. So it was just really hard for us to do anything because we cannot also engage. So that's how we got snowballed, and we noticed that. So the second game, we decided to change the whole pick and ban, I guess.
I noticed that CLG notoriously is one of the teams who, or not notoriously, you guys were at MSI, so you guys were a little bit behind the meta week one. Coming into this second week, the first game, I thought you guys were a little bit behind the meta as well. Mainly that right now everyone's looking to invade. The jungle is all invade, and you want lanes that can hold their own and not get shoved in. I thought the first game you guys had 3 lanes that got shoved in, and the second game you guys just picked like really lane dominant champions. You guys got Caitlyn. And then you also got like a more carry oriented top lane. And you just camped it. Was that like the big draft change up for you into games 2 and 3?
Uh, yeah, like the game one, as I said, like we were just trying to pick the most OP champs that we thought, and then the game two, we were just let's just counter pick. That's like how we play. Let's just be CLG, not like other teams, and that's why we picked up like lane dominant champions again.
Um, Going into like what's it like recovering from something like the game one? The game one, it felt like you guys couldn't really do anything. Like it really was out of your control for a long time unless you guys made a really high risk play. But the second game, Smithy just ended up going off, and then by proxy, the entire team just 17 kill lead, something like that. How do you change mentality going from your first game loss into your second game win?
Um, the mindset change. I don't think there's like any mindset change. We always try to win, and that's the only goal. And it's just like with the game one champions, it was just really hard for us to be proactive. And the game two, we had like higher pressure jungler, and mid was like both farming Vlad versus Swain, and top was like pretty volatile matchup. So we knew that, and then we knew what we were doing, and then we could have been like proactive. And that's why we were like successful on it.
Okay, cool. So let's go into the game three. So game three, you guys chose Varus, and you guys chose like what I thought was a really, really good comp into an Azir comp with no engage. Talk me through a little bit about the pick.
The Varus pick, I saw there are like 3 champions, which was Azir with 2 non-engaged champions. Then we wanted to pick a mid counter. And it was either I was thinking about a Fizz or Zed or Varus, but Varus, like I didn't play that champion for like a month at least, so like my team weren't really comfortable on me playing Varus as well. But they didn't say anything, but I could kind of feel it. I'm like, alright, I'll just go Varus because it's like actually really free for me to do like everything I want, and I can get a lot of mid pressure like after level 6. So people, my team agreed and gave me a face on it, and yeah, we just proved that Varus is really good into like their comps.
Well, that's awesome. I thought the Varus pick was great, and even though you didn't have practice on it for about a month, you still ended up playing pretty well. Um, what happened in the inhib trade? Like you guys were pushing it bot side. Like what was the problem? What communication error? Like what happened?
The inhib lane. Yeah, there were some communication issue. Like our goal was getting tier 2, and we knew that they were faster, so we were just going to trade and then defend it right away. So we were communicating that Darshan and Jake, you should back, and then we were going to get the tower by themselves. But their Azir and Maokai tried to stop us, and that's like why we lost the inhibit. So yeah, there were some communication issue. Like Trevor also had 4K gold after that buy. Like he bought IE and a Rapid Fire Cannon like in one buy. So we didn't communicate like what we should have.
Okay, it seems like it was just a miscommunication, misstep. What do you think after that happened in the game? I thought that was the only way that you guys could lose the game. If you guys get a really bad deficit and Maokai ends up TPing flanking you guys, what'd you guys decide to do to close out the game from there?
Uh, I don't know. Like even though we lost the inhibit, we are like, all right, that's cool. Let's just let Darchan free farm the inhibit lane, and let's just try to hold the mid and bottom. And we lost mid tier one, but we were trying to do that, and then we were like really confident that we were never going to lose this game because just our comp just like beats them. That's the natural of the comp. So we never felt like we were going to lose at all.
You talked a lot about comps and draft and so and such. Is that Tony helping you guys a lot, being able to create these types of drafts?
Uh, Yeah, Tony like definitely help us, but I think we also need to help him because usually what happens is like for example the game one, it was not about the comps and Tony just picked us what was the OP champion in the meta and then it didn't work out because it's not going to be 1v1, it's not going to be like 2v2, it's about 5v5 at the end. So that's where we give him information about the matchups, about like the team fighting stuff and how the comps works together. So like he can manage those things and then he just picks what's the best for the team.
All right, sounds like he's doing a good job with you guys. Any final words?
Uh appreciate everyone who supports CLG. Like even though we went 0-2, we still have like lots of confidence that we were going to make to the finals again and prove that we're still the best in NA and prove that NA is really good at Worlds again.
All right, really bold words, but I mean, you guys look good out there today. This is Scar from theScore eSports. You can find more coverage online and on our mobile app. Thanks, and hope you guys have a nice day.